So I got Snapchat, and now I need another way to distract myself while I'm still in the common room. You'll notice I have not done any study today, which is not great. But I thought to spend some more time on something that's worthwhile, I'll tell you about some of my earliest memories. So, my sister and I, at one point, we had a swing in the back garden. At this point we were living in London, which meant the weather wasn't always great. It got dark early a lot of the time. So if you were, say, going to a friend's place, you'd go straight after school and you'd play and you'd have dinner there, and then their parents would have to drive you home because it was dark. And they'd drive you home at like 5:30. So it was very strange for me when I came to Australia and the weather was different. But I digress. We had this swing set. It was like one swing on a blue and orange. It was blue and orange, and it had ropes, and we had it for years. Like, I had it from like the time we first moved in there, and we bought it at like one of the little toy stores around the corner, and until we brought it back to Australia, and I don't think we got rid of it until I was about 13, when we had to sell the house that it was at, and it was so broken at that point. Like, the ropes had fallen off, the actual swing was gone, it was just the stand that it was on that would play on. It was kind of ready to go, but I miss it still. And we played around on this swing. There's a few photos. Maybe I'll find the photos. So the photos of us playing on the swing are quite cute. But yeah, there was that swing. On the first day of school, we did the alphabet, tying shoelaces, and how to put a coat on. Now, because it was September, it was actually relevant that we knew how to put our own coats on, because can you imagine being the teacher that has to go to every one of your students before going outside and hold their coat up so they can put their coat on? No one wants to do that job. That's a waste of time. So instead, you spend maybe 10 minutes teaching the kids that if they lay their coat down on the table and then put their right arm across their body into the right hand sleeve, so this is with the arms down, like the back of the coat on the table, and you cross over your arms, when they lift their arms up and swing them around, the coat will be on properly. That was like the third thing I learned at school. And that was so we could go from the classroom to the hall for our first PE session. Also at school, I distinctly remember picking up a clump of dirty snow and being like, oh yeah, this is fine, and eating it because it had snowed, and I'm an Australian kid in England at school, and it's snowing, and you're allowed out to recess, and you're like, snow? There's snow? What do we do? And you just muck around, you go around along with what everyone else is doing, and people were eating the snow, and I accidentally, I picked up snow, I was like, yeah, I can just eat whatever. I was sick for a week. Missed a week of school. So, yeah, top tip, don't eat snow that's not white. My god, why did I do that? I think there's also photos of this. The first Halloween thing I did, my parents weren't really into Halloween, but our friends were, and they had a Halloween party, and my sister and I dressed up as witches. Now again, this is costumes that we had until I was 12. They were in a costume basket and disappeared when we sold the house that they were staying at. Same as the swing set. I feel like we used that house just to store a lot of stuff and be nostalgic and all that when we went down and visited it. And so these hats had silver hair, and then we had black smocks. I think my mum was just too busy to actually make them fitted, so my sister and I had matching smocks. At the time they were great, and now I look at them and I'm like, why did I wear that? Again, childlike behaviour. Of course I wore the cool Halloween costume that made me look like a witch, and we had all the silver and gold puff paint, and we drew things onto these smocks, which was fun. I remember doing that. Also, Christmas celebrations. At one point we were out of the house for a bit, and when we came back to get our Christmas present, our parents had lined up, or someone had lined up, little Santa chocolates, the really yummy ones. I'm not sure if I can still, I really want to find them again, along the stairs leading up to the attic, and when we got to the attic, there was a dollhouse there. And we had this dollhouse for, I don't know what happened to the dollhouse, but my sister and I were ecstatic about that dollhouse. We were so happy. Also that Christmas, I think my brother got chicken pox. We've got family photos of my brother with chicken pox in the Christmas photos. Oh, poor kid. And in the attic, actually, I have a history with cutting my own hair. So like doing it in year 9, like at school, and my friends chopped it all off. But even before that, when we were in that attic, so it was a pretty big house, and I just disappeared for a bit, and I came down, my hair was shorter, like I'd cut it with like paper cutting scissors, not even scissors, like all Raggedy Ann across the front. I don't think there are any photos of that because my mum doesn't want any records of it. There's some of my earliest memories. I also remember my first day at kindergarten when we got back to Australia. So I'd been at school in England because it's a weird system, you start early or whatever, and you have like, I don't know how it works, it's different. And then I came back to Australia and I had to go to kindergarten, and the first friend I made there, actually, I think I was lying down or something, and she came over and said hello, and so we're friends. We're still in touch. I still speak to her occasionally. What else do I remember? Early memories. What else? Oh. There's some good ones. Maybe I'll get out the old home videos and find them.